Hi everyone, it's Rich with my wife Kel.
Hi there, welcome back.
Back with you to do another first reaction video. Epica. Universal
love
freaking
Epica.
Death Squad. It's been on the list for a couple months now. Kel doesn't know about the list. She just basically shows up, whatever she's doing, whatever she's wearing. We have a slot, and this is what we do. So we'll be going through the shout-outs traditionally now after the video, so we don't take too much time at the beginning. If you want to make a request, www.knr.wtfno.com, and you'll just find the white boxes there on the right. Fill in your request. Also, lyrics to live by. It's a tab on the top. Meaningful song lyrics that you want to put in to help others or just put out to the world. Let's go, Kel.
Thanks for being here with us.
Universal Death Squad. Here we go.
It's a strange name, but that's okay.
Sounds very futuristic. Had to do it. Oh, wow. You gonna be able to do both? Watch and listen?
Probably not.
Whatever you
Wow,
want to do.
that's quite the outfit.
Okay. Oh, her voice is gonna sound so good over this music, or with this music.
Wow.
Simone. Love it. Groovy.
Beautiful.
Not a very optimistic story, is it? For us. Great rundown. Oh, I love that. Perfect. Good balance. Keep going with that. That's good too.
Inventing, improving, creating. Existence, embrace and nothing from misery.
Nobody just standing in line to carry out the retribution and the fight of peace and mass technology. All new inventions have to pay. We have to find the way to judgment day.
Cool. What a song. Whoops. Whoa. That was a smack up the head.
Well, in light of the discovery that I have made today with the growl and the scream, I'm so glad I opened my eyes because I would normally not. But I was curious to see if there was a choir because I heard a choir and it can't just be her. So, because I love her voice and there's no way that she can be all of those voices. So I looked to see if there was a choir and I happened to open my eyes when the guitarist happened to have his part. So I got to understand what he was saying, which made it so much more enjoyable. I gotta tell you, the lyrics just they have to be there from now on if we're gonna do songs with.
Yeah.
And I know that you didn't know that that was in there, but I'm really glad you picked the lyric
I'm
video.
picking lyric videos every time if they're around. Every time. Obviously, unless it's a live performance, literally a live show, live performance on location.
Right.
Yeah.
I loved it. I thought it was so
What a song.
dynamic. Like, talk about a mega mini opera, because that's essentially, and I love her voice.
6 minutes and 43 seconds. That's
Fantastic.
longer than obviously a typical radio
Fantastic.
selection. But
She's got a gorgeous voice, and they have such a great sound, and that double bass and the heavy, 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 and then the
very heavy.
soaring music and the opera and her voice coming out above and the choir, and then strangely his growl. Or is that scream?
that's growl.
Okay, that's what I thought. His growl
Scream is just high.
That's what
It's
I
just,
thought.
It's just high register. That's all.
Was a good juxtaposition. He
was
clearly
perfect.
he had something to say. So
A
I'm
great
so
song.
thankful the lyrics were there. That was amazing. I love Epica though.
Dandy Prime. Pain in the ass, pain in the
Hi,
ball
Dandy.
sack. Oh, good lord, penny, penny, epica, epica, epica. Arno Mulder, Rocky Rush Rivera, Matt Powell. This goes back 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Sebastian Ignacio, Valdenevito, Arevalo.
Good
Yeah.
job.
Milan Gabris, God Vinny, Dilma Rousseff, and Nunca Nem V. Please react to Universal Death Squad by Epica. Official lyrics video. Amazing song. So
Awesome.
what we did is we went back because I knew that this was on the list for a while. Instead of going to the new website engine, all I did
Oh.
was I typed in Universal Death Squad
On
for
YouTube.
our old, and it came up. And it's obviously it's not as easy to just read the names. I have to kind of read and search through all of the other stuff. That's why we originally did the hashtags. So it was quite clear what we were looking for. Now we have a better database engine.
And if you want to put your previous requests from the past 16, 17 weeks in that we missed, just throw them in the request engine on the website. That would be much appreciated.
Absolutely. So let's read a little bit more about Epica,
Okay.
okay? Because we really haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
So I went to the site, to Epica's site, and just what they say, obviously there's a lot of marketing and there's a lot of, it's not as fact-based, it's a lot of promo. So I just want to give, a standard Wikipedia assessment of what Epica is instead of all the marketing glitz,
Sure.
which is important, and they're a great band, and they deserve it. Epica's a Dutch symphonic metal band.
So much good music out of that
Oh
area
yeah!
of the
Oh
world.
my God! Founded by guitarist and vocalist Mark Jansen after his departure from After Forever. The genres that they're considered to be in is symphonic metal. But I'm going to read this. Formed as a symphonic metal band with gothic tendencies, later Epica have incorporated into their sound strong death metal influences. Starting from the third album, and even progressive metal attitudes have become evident. In addition, the band often uses thrash metal and groove metal riffs, black metal passages mostly in the drum technique, power metal movements, and references to Arabic music. Some songs have electronic shades, djent transitions, that's that muted palming
Yeah.
effect, and folk metal melodies derived from Middle Eastern, Chinese, and Celtic traditions. Epica is also known for the attention to the vocal lines that, in contrast to the heavy context, weave very catchy, easy to hold, sophisticated, and emotional melodies. In the band's sound, the use of female vocals and male growls performed by Simone Simmons, I think it's Simons, and Mark Jansen, respectively, is fundamental. They primarily write their own lyrics, which often deal with philosophical, psychological, spiritual, moral, scientific, environmental, socio-political, global, and topical and personal themes. Epica is also known for their wide use of orchestra and opera choirs.
Yeah.
So there's one thing that I wanted to mention here under styles, and this is what I'll finish with Kel for you. Epica performs a blend of symphonic metal, progressive metal, gothic metal, thrash metal, melodic death metal, symphonic black metal, and more rarely folk metal and power metal, like we said. Their former guitarist, Ad, described the band as a bridge between power metal and gothic metal. Vocalist Simone Simons has expressed a preference for the group to be described as symphonic metal, although the founder of the group, Mark Jansen, notes that they do not mind being called gothic metal. Mark Jansen is describing the band also as symphonic death metal and a bridge between death metal and symphonic metal. So we've thrown these terms around that all of a sudden like become almost like interchangeable, and they're not. There's very clear distinctions, and you have to study. You have to listen to a lot of music to actually hear what's going on. You can't just read it. You can't just go, oh, well, that's going to be this. Because you're listening to it, and it's like, well, was that technical death metal? Was that symphonic metal? Was that black metal? Was that industrial metal? Was that gothic metal? So
Well, it's the same thing in classical music. There's Baroque music, there's neoclassical music, there's postmodernist music, there's impressionist music, there's post-impression. I mean, like,
yeah,
it's the
the
same
list
thing.
goes
and,
on.
And
Yeah.
each classification has musical devices that must be present in the songs in order to make them a part of that genre. It's like you can't have there needs to be 4 movements, like in music, and that makes it a such and such. An opera is because it has certain musical devices present in it. Not everything's an opera.
Yeah, there's features and there's characteristics for
Yeah.
everything, and that's why we put together basically an encyclopedia of all of the genres and subgenres of metal, and it's like 300. It's a binder right from the internet, and whenever I want to look for a subgenre, I have to look and see what the hell it is, because it's like, well, what are we getting into here? And when I looked up doom metal, I was like, oh, doom metal, that's like real new and edgy. Doom metal goes back to the very beginning with Black Sabbath, and even
Yes.
before then. So really interesting genre metal is, and
Fun stuff.
we love prog rock. We love prog metal. Like we listened to Caligula's Horse today, the song
Oh my
Graves,
God.
and if you haven't
Amazing.
seen that video, it may not be posted yet, depending on when you're seeing this and when
Right.
it drops. If you haven't heard that song, guys, listen to it with headphones. Get into a nice, comfortable space for about 15 minutes and just enjoy the ride. So we're mixing up symphonic metal, more kind of death metal crossover with some heavier prog rock metal. And we're not doing heavy thrash this week. We did the Slayer stuff. We did a lot of that over the last month. So we're gonna come back around to do that. But for now, we're gonna continue with this theme of real melodic, epic, progressive kind of music. We just really enjoy it, and hopefully you
Yeah.
guys are too.
Well, we also want to spread it around. There's a lot of music to cover.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks so much. Thank you.
You're so
Awesome.
welcome. That's why I'm doing this. It's to give you hits into music that maybe you normally wouldn't get, and you're so busy to pull it out yourself. It's like, here you go, Kel. There's 15 songs we're gonna listen to today. So
But you're also an exceptional DJ.
Yeah.
So,
later.
all right. Bye.